Get ready. It's time for a well-deserved break, Pittsburgh, with Heather Abraham and David Highfield from the KDKA TV studios. It's Pittsburgh Today Live.
We have pumpkin roll.
Of course we do.
Because Jill Neely, our producer, takes care of us, and we need to celebrate the start of fall, which happens during this hour.
It does. Yeah,
Yes.
not until 9:31 to be exact, which who is in charge of figuring that out?
I don't know. Ron Smiley probably is.
Well, he's the one that voices it, but someone somewhere is like, this year will happen at
Right.
9:31 in 25 seconds.
Yeah, well, it's very precise. And
Yeah.
what I think we should do, like, I wish I had thought of this for this show. We'll have to wait until next fall. But I think we should have, like, a bunch of fall leaves and a big netting thing. And then at 9:31, we pull the cord, and
really
then
celebrate.
fall leaves fall all over us
Well,
to
we
celebrate.
could do this for every season. The only one that would be tough is summer.
What would
Spring
we-
you could do
yeah.
petals.
That's true.
Fall, summer or winter.
This is all coming together. Don't you love how we think through
Winter-
the show
yeah.
once the show is already on TV?
We could do snow in the winter, but then what do you do? Just
With
have little.
snow? Actually, a
Spring-
sprinkler. Jill's saying have a sprinkler.
That's a different kind of party, Jill.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But you know what? This is beautiful. Neubauer's Flowers.
I know.
Later on, we're going to be talking with them. Selena's outside.
Celebrating
talking about
fall.
fall decorations.
Already happened in my house.
Yeah, I know. You're ahead of all of
September
us.
1st,
You
baby.
just want to, like, bring it along.
I just want it to end.
I know.
I just want it
She's
to
ready
end.
for this year to be over, and a lot of us feel that way.
You agree with me too. So enjoy the fall flowers. They'll be gone before you know it.
All right, one of the things that has happened during all of this that
Uh-huh.
we're going through during COVID is that couples quarantining together. I mean, some couples are spending a lot more time together than they used to.
Oh, yeah.
If you're working from home, especially, and there's no break, and it can get kind of monotonous. So, if you're
That's a
romance,
nice word to describe it.
well, it's true. Like, it's sort of just the same all the time, right?
yeah.
So anyway, the New York Times had this article that we thought was kind of good about sort of a way to put some romance back into, you know, give everything some attention.
Yeah, because it's like why didn't you do the dishes?
I know. It's stressful.
Oh, you're
now.
going to the fridge again?
Is that what happens in your
No.
house?
No.
You
Just
go
like,
to the fridge again?
maybe there's a little bit more judging and maybe not so niceness happening. That's
Right.
all.
So the idea is to relive your first date. Like the feelings that you had when you first met this person, and like the things that drew you to that person,
Yeah.
you know, all that kind of
The
stuff.
butterflies.
Yeah,
To get
exactly.
back-
Like before, you know, I mean, I think there's a period in the beginning where you're not yourself, but you're still getting to know someone, so
Yeah.
you don't like unleash all your dark secrets.
No.
You know.
You're just this better version of you.
Oh, Heather, that's so perfect.
Yeah.
You're a better version of you.
Yeah.
So anyway, this makes up today's list. The article, the New York Times suggestions, things that you can do to put a little romance back in your romance. So number one on the list is revisit your first date. So they suggest sit down with your partner, make a list of 10 details that you loved most about your first date. They say that it's fun to do it, and it's also touching to
Yeah.
realize what the other person rememers
From that day.
from that day. Or if anything, I mean, if you have nothing on the list, then I would say it was a failure. This exercise did not work.
I like this next one too because it says cook up some memories. So go back to
Yes.
what do you remember from that if you went to dinner, that first date?
Right.
What did you have? Cook up that first meal
Don't
again.
you think food is associated with so many memories?
Oh, yeah.
Like it reminds you of like grandma and all sorts
Yeah,
of things. And
yeah.
stuff from that first, I have to think about that, what our first meal was. I don't know that I could remember that. All right, number 3 on the list, start sharing. If you can remember a specific story you told the other person during your first date, repeat that story. That would be tough. Ask your partner what made them want to have a second date.
Oh. Well, that could go one of two ways, right?
We're hoping this all leads to positive stuff. Yeah.
And then the last suggestion is to dance or make a playlist. You know, if there's like a favorite song or a song that you remember specifically,
Right.
listening to together or something
Well, a
that
lot
brought
of
you
couples
together.
have their favorite song.
Yeah.
You know, or you remember, I don't remember like an I remember when we painted the bathroom to a Donna Summer song.
Oh, I was just
Yeah.
singing Donna Summer in the
I
newsroom.
know. It's a
with
Donna
my
Summer kind of
headphones on.
morning.
Very loudly.
I heard you.
Sure.
Yeah,
A lot of people did.
her desk is like right in the like next to mine in another aisle, but now we have all these partitions up because
Yeah,
of
so you
the
think you're
pandemic,
alone.
so we can't see each other. So sometimes you're talking out loud and you realize, oh, everybody can hear me. I just can't see them.
Yeah.
But anyway, do you remember? Like you brought out a picture, right?
Oh yeah, so this is from like, I guess our first official date. Frankie gave this to me recently, just this year actually, because he said you don't have any pictures of us on your desk. So this is from when we were first in love.
Look at you two.
I was using the tanning bed. That's a no-no now. Hence
But
the
you didn't
red
know
cheeks.
then. You didn't
I
know.
didn't know then.
You didn't know.
Yeah. But brown hair. Look at just
How
so
many years
young
ago
and
was that?
cute. This is 2006.
Oh, that's
This was actually, I think, Valentine's night. This was our first like Valentine's together, and he took me to Los Mariachis in Morgantown.
yeah.
I don't remember what we had, but anyways, we had fun that night.
That's awesome.
Do you remember your first date?
I remember, so Gary and I met at a cabaret, and he asked someone that he knew to try to like get my number. And so then he called me, I think the Tuesday of that week. So this is us in Toronto. This was not our first date, but this was early in our relationship. But anyway, he called on Tuesday and he said, hey, sometimes I have parties. I'm having a party this Sunday night. Would you like to come over? And I said, yeah, I would like to come over. And then apparently, after I said yes, he started calling all his friends to say,
To set up the party?
Can you come to a party that I'm apparently having on Sunday night?
Oh, my
so
goodness.
that was really like, our first evening together.
But
right?
you
I remember.
still, like, he really does have parties. Like, even to this
Oh,
day,
yeah.
you guys have some nice shindigs.
We have get-togethers.
There
We
were-
enjoy having people over.
There's a piano involved.
Right, there's singing.
Singing,
There's
good
always
food.
music. It's well, you've been there. Hopefully it's a fun time.
It is a very entertaining
but
time.
and this year it's gotten a little bit different. I mean, our get-togethers are on the back deck, spaced apart.
With the squirrel.
With the squirrel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So-
cute, though. I love that. You know, when I think of Frankie, though, I think of him buying me a hot dog. Like that's the thing that I remember when we were working at a bar together and we left and we went to the hot dog guy.
Right.
If anybody knows Morgantown, if you went to WVU, you know the hot dog guy. He was parked on High Street, just had his little cart. You would get, and up until then, I'd only just gotten like, hot dog with mustard. But he said, you have to get a hot dog with everything, and
Oh, so
everything.
he showed you the way.
It was messy and it was good, and I fell in love. I'm a cheap date. It doesn't take much for me.
I think that's a wonderful story. I think that's a great story. All right, something that we were talking about this morning. Oh my gosh, if you have $1,400 to burn, maybe you want to look into this. Because
I don't understand.
Gucci has come out with, these are overalls, but they also have a pair of jeans. And so they're charging $1,400, and the idea is they're stained with grass. Purposely stained with grass. So it looks like you've been playing in the dirt.
Or
rolling around.
I don't, there are so many times, like, if we see a very expensive car on the road, for instance, and Frankie will say, like, oh, that's a $200,000
That's a beautiful
car.
Yeah.
When we see that, I think there are so many people who have so much money
Right.
that they don't know what to do with it. That they can buy, I'm not getting mad, please don't confuse us, but they can buy a $1,400 pair of overalls, and then there are people who have nothing.
Right. It seems really
As much-
unfair and weird
as
that
much-
anyone would even want. I mean, nothing against the Gucci people. Good for you.
Yeah,
but,
awesome.
But it's $1,200 for the pair of jeans.
Right.
Grass, I mean, and it can't be real grass stain because that would wash out.
Right. So, then I think about like The Devil Wears Prada, the movie.
Right.
And how the trends really trickle down. So like there are expensive clothes makers who do this, and then that trickles down. So
That's
eventually
true.
they will be at like an Old Navy.
What was her line in that movie? Cerulean blue.
Yeah.
And you think you've picked that out of a bargain basement dumpster or
Oh,
something.
Are you going
that
to recite the line? You know it? You know it.
I don't know. All right, we better move on. All right, it turns out it's not just humans who are addicted to taking selfies. Apparently monkeys, or at least one monkey, is all into the selfie. So there's this guy in Malaysia. He fell asleep and his phone went missing. And then he found his phone later, and apparently this monkey had taken the phone, and he has all this, it's kind of gross, all this video of the monkey taking pictures of itself, and they think maybe the monkey was trying to eat the phone, which is
Yeah.
why we see the mouth.
Also brings up that people live in so many different environments and ways. Could you imagine that you run the risk of a monkey coming
Right.
in while you're sleeping and
Right.
stealing your phone.
Never have I ever thought, yes, a monkey might come in and take my phone.
Like perhaps
Yeah.
the dog may chew your shoe, or
Right.
the cat may, I don't know, cat behaviors, but they
Right.
may, but still,
Right.
but not a monkey stealing your phone.
It's very unusual. That's why we wanted to share it with you.
All right,
Go
we have
ahead.
some other really funny I don't know where to look today, I'm sorry. We have some other really funny pictures to share with you from the 2020 Comedy Wildlife Photography Awards. I had no idea this was even a thing.
But I'm glad I know now because these
Yes.
are fun.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
take a look at some of these pictures. The first one up, we have a squirrel. Pretty surprised, as you can see, ears perked up. This photo is one of the finalists, and the idea really is to capture animals in comical situations.
Yeah, and so we have another one, and this is a bird that kind of looks like it's filing its nails. So I thought that was a good one too. And this contest it is funded by a wildlife conservation nonprofit called the Born Free Foundation, and we have one more too.
Yeah, let's take a look at this last one. Now, that one's not even funny. I think it's just cute. Almost like, hey, are you
Hey, what
saving
about
any for me?
Yeah, what about, I mean,
What about-
you can see in that other bird's eyes, it's really just like, hey, what about me? What about me? But anyway, if you want to check out more of this or even vote for your favorite one, we have a link for you at PittsburghTodayLive.com.
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that you found those pictures. They were great.
Jill found them, actually.
Thanks, Jill.
Thanks, Jill.
And we want to thank Jill, too, for getting on top of our serial graphic, because this
True.
thing is
This
awesome.
is big. This is happening tomorrow, so tune in for this. Yeah, but Jill is devising all this. It is going to be a cereal taste test, a blindfolded taste test of different breakfast cereals, and Heather and I are going. What was I gonna say?
Toe-to-toe?
Toe to toe.
Is that what it
face
is?
to face? I don't know.
We can't
We're
be face to
competing.
face.
No, we're 6 feet apart.
To 6 feet.
Right.
I don't know how you
But
would even
anyway,
describe it.
we're going to take on the challenge, and that's tomorrow on PTL. So watch for that.
I have a feeling you're going to win.
I doubt it. I think you know cereal names more than I do.
I don't think Jill is going to make it that easy.
Okay.
I don't think.
I don't know. All right, we're going to see. Tune in to find out. But first, there is a lot to talk about on today's show. Selena Pompiani joins us live outside the studio to, look at this, to celebrate fall with flowers, pumpkins, gourds, and more. That would be the and more part. And stay with us to see how to decorate your home for fall and Halloween with the help of Neubauer's Flowers.
We're so happy you brought some inside the studio, too. Hi, Selena. Hi. And David and I are getting ready for another round of What's It Worth with Antiques appraiser Dr. Lori. Play along with us as we guess the value of items sent in by you, our PCL viewers.
Plus, the ladies of The Talk are back with a whole new set and a great lineup of guests for the start of a new season. See how they will social distance, coming to us from Los Angeles.
That and more as we say hello, fall, on this Tuesday, September 22nd, 2020. Pour another cup of pumpkin spice coffee or tea. Stay with us. We're going to be right back after this.